I'm trying to go live. Hello there, everyone. Hello there. Let's see if I can get. Oops. Nan. What video? What are you under Wild Woman with Wine? Wooster, we're gonna get you to your questions, okay? Oh, look at the surprise guest.
So I have my sidekick with me here, the retired one.
I'm a sidekick, huh?
and my husband and my best friend, and all the goodies.
Well, I thought I was your sidekick.
Well, you are that too.
Or you just kick me in my side.
Yeah.
So cheers to Wild Women with Wine and partners.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
What are we drinking there? Whiskey?
It's in a purple glass.
Oh.
So it looks.
I was desperate to find a birthday present at one time. So she loves purple, and I have all these purple glasses. So.
Oh, well, that was very thoughtful.
Well, yeah. And the hard part for me is always when I buy stuff like that is waiting for the holiday to give them and start burning a hole in my pocket.
I know.
Can't wait.
I'm not a shopper, so it's always better for me to find them early. But then once I have them, it's hard for me not to just give them. And then the same problem comes up. Now I don't have a birthday present.
That's one of the first world problems.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's a good thing I don't mind, because he's so generous all year long. I don't care about the holiday stuff. I'd rather he did it when it was genuinely his thing to do.
I like that so much better.
Pull off right now.
I like gifts like that so much better.
It feels more more authentic rather than I had to go buy you something kind of a thing.
Right. I got a sleeping dog behind me, by the way. I don't know if you guys can all see this.
I see a furry butt back there.
That's his head.
Oh, buddy.
Which goes in line with the question I just got from Wooster. Wooster asks, is it common for older ladies to have hairy bush or trim?
Wow.
Good question from the get-up. Here, what is the topic you want to talk about on this live? That's what we want to talk about. We want to talk about bushes.
Yeah. So bushes, or yes or no?
Doesn't matter.
As long as you're invited to the party.
As long as there's a forest.
I mean, it's a little grooming is always nice. Yeah.
Mrs. Elf, how are you? She's coming in hot from Greece. And Joshua, how are you doing? Here's another question from Trevor. Is it good for a married woman to stop wearing a bikini when they have a swimming pool in the backyard of their home? Well, funny that you should ask.
I think you should certainly stop wearing anything when you have your own swimming pool in your backyard. I mean, why wear a bathing suit in your own yard?
Well, it just causes tan lines.
Right.
But you do have to then be concerned with how do you cover up the private areas that might get sunburned.
They've both been out there so much, they're pretty sturdy now.
They're pretty sturdy.
Your little bits would probably burst into flames.
They'd be like, "What are you doing? I'm not expecting this." My little bits have never been exposed to the light of day. So now that we've got Mark on, who's got questions for Mark?
Yeah. So tell us, how old are you both? Why does that matter?
I'm 95. Nance is a little.
I'm 102.
She's 102, but she's looking damn good for 102.
She's a cougar, so I'm just coming up on 70. She hates that word cougar.
No, she does not. Where is my son? My son is in Ojai.
Oh,
What's he doing in Ojai?
He's at a bachelor and bachelorette party.
oh, good place.
That sounds like the best way to do it, is to have bachelors and bachelorettes.
At the same place.
Yeah.
And my daughter is having her bachelorette party tonight.
You're not invited?
I was. It just seemed like a lot of effort to go for 1 or 2 nights and sleep in bunk beds. It just didn't sound like my cup of tea.
Oh,
They're out in
bunk beds.
They're
Yeah.
out in Scottsdale. Yeah, in an Airbnb.
It's, let the kids go do their thing, right?
Let those kids play.
Yeah. You prefer old or young men?
We prefer men.
We prefer great men.
We
Yeah.
prefer intelligent and kind men.
Yeah. Men who have figured shit out.
Take Mark, for example.
Take Mark, for example.
Yeah.
Figured a lot of stuff out. And he's still figuring stuff out.
I
You
guarantee.
know what his nickname for me is?
What?
Right. Moving target.
You're a moving target, especially when you're naked in the swimming pool.
Oh, that's true too.
He's a better swimmer than I am.
I'm getting better at reading her now. That's helped a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What have you found out?
Oh, I can tell her moods a little bit. When to make. It's always good to make her laugh, but occasionally, if she's sitting in front of the TV a little bit too much and gets hyped up, then gotta let her cool off first, and then make her laugh.
Are you a Libra too?
Huh?
Is Mark a Libra as well?
No, he's Leo.
Oh, Leo. Oh, the Libra.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be a take charge kind of person, but I'm married to Nancy, so I have to that has a few caveats to it, you know. Gotta be careful about trying to take charge of her.
There are times when it's totally okay.
I've been doing martial arts for 27 years, but the first thing they tell you is that martial arts will not help you when you're sleeping in your bed. So be good to your partner.
and especially because she knows martial arts herself.
Yeah,
I've used it more than he has.
Pretty good.
All right.
That's the funny part.
In answer to your question, Jayun Mimi, are you really trying to do sex with your son? Tell us about your experience. I'm really not trying to do sex with my son. It's just never been something I'd really want to do. But if I did, I would tell you about it.
It's called sex talk with my son, which means that mother and son can talk about any topic and not shame each other or make each other feel bad. They just support each other and laugh a lot. It's a great show. You ought to watch it.
Yeah, I think it is a metaphor for learning how to have those kinds of conversations and not be weirded out about it.
That's right. And
I mean, if you can talk to your kids about it, then it's a lot easier to talk to your spouse, I would think.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when I was thinking about love languages,
question.
Mark, when I was thinking about love languages, do you have a love language that you've identified for yourself?
I would say you do. What's your love language?
Oh, I like to do things for you.
Yes. Acts of service.
That's a service.
Big
Me
one.
too. That's my love language too.
Yeah. What's mine?
Sex.
That would be, I guess that's touch. That's touch.
He's funny himself. Very funny here.
I've been on for a long time.
Yeah. You got some time
It's
to
a
think
six-
about.
Gotta make up
It's
for
the
it.
6th love language.
What's that?
It's the 6th love language.
then you try to do it with your son friends or any young men. I think we've blocked this person before. I think I've blocked him before.
He can go ahead and ask. We don't need to read
You
his
knew me? Yeah, he's trouble. Stop asking those awful questions.
No personal questions.
Hey, Rough Rider, how are you doing?
All right. So Nancy, what questions did you have in mind this week?
Well, we had a really great question from one of our supporters. And he says, I'm 40 years old and I feel like my dating life is already over. What can I do?
Dating life is already over at 40. No, it's not. It's just beginning.
Yeah. I mean, gosh, to be 40. I think we got married when you were 40.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 40 is like the beginning.
40 is like the new 20.
I think that the hard part about as well, maybe speaking just about men, is that we tend to get to a point where we're feeling a little more urgent and a little more desperate, and then we want things to move quickly, and that's always a recipe for disaster. I think you have to find common purpose or a common hobby or something that's fun, and then meet people in those settings, and you're already much more likely to find somebody that you would like to spend more time with. The online dating is fine, but the hard part there is what would be the common purpose, and you have to hope that something else comes up in a very short period of time, so that you can find that common purpose. But Nance and I, of course, we worked together and we had a lot of medical purpose.
We broke a lot of rules back then.
Yeah.
I was
Let's just say this about that.
Is that allowed these days?
But I think, it could, I have a Hobie cat, and every time I take it out to the lake, everybody's so helpful and friendly. It's very hard to put the mast up by yourself, and I've never had any trouble asking for help. So put yourself in situations that you're going to have fun and meet people that way. And that's really the
I
key
100% agree. I remember a long time ago, I heard this from a guy who was giving dating advice, and he was saying it used to be people would meet each other at church or temples or places of worship, but people don't go there that much anymore. So that eliminates a big meeting place.
It can also be something that you want to try. You want to try to go to a dancing class, or
right.
do something that's outside of your comfort zone, which then that puts you in a situation where you need to ask for help or assistance and be humbled a little bit. That's a good way to start.
Karen and I have both talked over the years about how important it is for men to be either good at dancing or willing to dance with someone. And how do you feel about dancing?
No, I think it's important. Our daughter was married last June, and I got to do a dance with her, and I felt pretty competent about kind of dancing with her. And some people even wondered if we rehearsed.
That is so cute.
And,
you probably did.
You're a good dancer.
So I think it's, again, that you just have to get out of your comfort zone. Now, it can break down when the person you're with, it becomes a dance instructor. That can be a little nervous, but we got past that.
Seriously, are you also a dance instructor?
I thought I was.
Oh, you thought you were.
We took some ballroom classes, and my parents were both ballroom dancers. They danced a lot, back in their day. And so my parents always had taught me to dance. We always would dance. And so I learned how to follow. And so I was really a good follower. I just needed somebody to lead. So I was trying to teach him how to lead.
Yeah. So you're leading how to lead. So
Yeah.
A-List Incognito says, I only know 2 dances, the mattress mambo and the bedroom boogie.
Yep.
Hey,
Well,
Greg,
Karen
how
and
are you
I have
doing?
talked about this before, that when we see people dancing, it kind of connect. Oh, that's the kind of moves they're going to have in the sack,
Or lack thereof, for that matter.
or lack thereof, right?
But I really think now, my son the other day said he went to a salsa class with one of his friends, and they got kicked out.
Fun.
They got kicked out because there was a level 1 class, and they didn't know what the hell they were doing. So the teacher basically kicked them out.
Yeah, too much of a beginner, I guess. Yeah.
And he actually has done it way more than anybody else in my family. So I don't know. I don't know what
They kicked them out.
No, that's rough.
Yeah.
You know, we had a place in town. They called it Flashback,
Yeah, that was
and
fun.
it was a
Discos.
place to go to
Dance,
to
as a
dance and dance club. And I thought it was a brilliant idea. The main thing that killed it, though, is that the old generation could smoke inside, and it made it impossible to go.
It's horrible.
And the owners just weren't smart enough to say, okay, no smoking. Just have a little bar and a dancing floor, and it would have had great success, I think. But again, things tend to circle around. So maybe there will be a time, instead of just going to a bar and doing small talk, you would ask somebody to dance and see how that goes.
All right, we got questions over here.
Okay.
Dickie is from us. Trevor says, what are some of the best ways to relax after sex?
Do you
Go to
need
sleep.
some ways to relax after sex?
Trevor, does it make you hyper when you're done with sex? Are you like getting ready to run a marathon?
Well, that's interesting.
Usually the endorphins get going and they get the oxytocin going, and next thing you know, you're sound asleep.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, you could snuggle up. I'm not sure that's the time to have you could. Yeah, I mean, I think most people are pretty relaxed after they have some great sex. So.
Well, I think what he or she's referring to is just to take some time to settle down. Don't try to do anything real purposeful right after. Don't jump up and start working again, or take some time, watching TV, read a book, just talk,
chat, have some pillow talk.
I like music, so I put music on.
Yeah.
And if you're with someone who's got ADD, it's good to settle them down with some music.
Yeah.
Mrs. L says, we talk a lot about dance here. Any advice for bad dancers who avoid dancing for life like me? Mrs. Elf, just move your booty. Don't worry about what it looks like. Same thing with people who don't like to sing in public. Don't worry what you sound like.
There are barriers. You do have to get past it.
Karen's she's still working on me.
I'm working on her.
With her.
I'm working to do a little karaoke.
She did do karaoke one time with her friends. She was supposed to be singing.
I wasn't. I was a backup singer.
You can start that way, and the next thing you know, you're pushing your way to the front. What color are your toes?
I don't know about that.
I'm in the middle of showing my toe
What
color.
you got going there?
I got some purple with the little piggies.
You gotta give all of our feet people wood there.
Well, Greg just says, what color and design are on your toes currently? There's currently no design. They're just purple. Mrs. Olive, I'm sorry.
Mine are kind of a blue-green right now.
Are they?
I'm going with watercolors.
Oh, yes. So you can blend
summer.
in with your... Where can we meet the cougar? The cougar den.
Somebody wrote a book about that.
I don't have it with me, but just chapter 4 or 5 is where can you meet older women? And actually, Mark just gave some great suggestions, because I think if you can meet the cougar, or the older, confident, older, unique, genuine, assertive, and racy woman, if you can meet older women where they hang out, you're more likely to get some action. Good evening to you, CK85. It's been a while. And thank you, Greg. Mrs. L said, it's the only thing I can do talking about dancing. Just move your booty. Don't worry. No one's looking. You know, the thing is, no one really is looking at you. They're
Just move your body side to side. Start dancing by yourself.
Dance
Put
no
on some
one's
music
looking.
and find something that makes you want to move. And move with the music.
That
Do
sounds
it
like
in a room by yourself to start off with.
I the other night was practicing dancing with my 3 kids. They're such good dancers. I don't know where they came from because I do not have the same rhythm as them.
White girls can't dance, huh?
Exactly. Except my daughter actually was showing me a few lines there. I mean, a few moves. I was thinking of going on TikTok right now. See how.
Let's see how it affects the Wi-Fi situation here.
Oh, I got YouTube's going, TikTok. Oh, Steve's in the house.
It's got it all going, huh?
Yeah, she's like
Want to say hi to
multitasking.
Mark? He's going on our live right now. Nancy's husband.
What?
Come in and say hi.
I gotta
All right, 1 second. Just say hi. There's Mark right here.
Say hi
Hey,
to
Mark.
Steve.
Hey everybody.
Howdy. Nice to meet you.
Hello.
Hey, sorry, I gotta run. I'm still working. I gotta make a business call on the other.
All right, take your dog and go.
Just keep it so he doesn't bark.
That guy is lucky. His wife is beautiful. Which guy? There's 2 guys that just.
Just say both. Just say both.
You meant bald. You meant. Oh, I didn't realize we had TikTok was going. I forgot about that.
Whoops.
And I'm really low down, so it's like 3/4 of the screen is a door, and then my head is just sitting there.
Can you tip the screen?
Well, that would make sense, but you know what's going to happen as soon as I try to tip something, it's going to just topple over. Who is he? They want to know who is he. He's my boyfriend that I've been with for 15 years. That's who it is.
Our cub.
Our little cubby. What's going on here, Pencil Man and Mr. 9? Welcome to the TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube lives I got going here. This is like very high tech.
You are something else, I tell you. You
Yes.
impressed me with your multitasking.
All right,
Yes.
Mark, we got a question. Are you a native Californian?
Born in Ohio, but moved to California at a very young age. So a lot of beach time from 6th grade on.
Why did you move here?
I mean, the family moved around a lot. My dad was in aerospace and had to change jobs frequently, but that's
He
what brought
changed
it.
jobs with each administration.
Yeah.
Why doesn't this surprise me that your dad's an aerospace engineer or something like that? That doesn't surprise me at all. It's like if you told me a list of 10 things, I would have guessed that one. Thank you for following here.
His dad really wanted him to be an engineer.
Well, I'm not sure, but he was
Oh.
shocked when I decided to become a doctor, that's for sure. But I've always had the math, science, physics kind of stuff going on. So,
So for those of you guys who don't know it, he just retired after working for how many years?
well, I moved to Reading in 82, so 41 years
41 years as a doctor. That's pretty cool.
practicing, and another 7 to get up to a point where I wouldn't hurt too many people after I was out.
My dad practiced internal medicine for 45 years. So I have a special place in my heart for those doctors that were practicing for a long time. Your whole identity is, when he retired, he never really retired. Even when he was like, I think he was working up until his late 80s volunteering at clinics.
Well, it's a work in progress. But what I was telling Nancy, the interesting thing about what I've noticed in the short time that I've not been on the schedule,
Almost 2 weeks, yeah.
is that life seems to have slowed down. You know, we always think about how fast the weeks and the months go by and the years go by. This month of May is really going a long way. So I'm enjoying the fact that it feels like time is slowing down.
Why do I think the opposite?
You feel the opposite?
Before I know it, it's like,
You haven't retired.
I guess I'm never going to be retired then. I'm not working, but I'm not retired either.
Yeah, that's where I'm headed, I think. I still am working on, I still have a lot of people that I'm trying to get set up so they're no longer dependent on me. But I think it's going to be good. I'm okay with making the changes.
Good. I have the utmost faith that you're going to be like happy as a clam.
Yeah.
If you aren't already. Andre, I am not in an open relationship. Who is he? He wants to know. Inquiring minds want to know. If you guys tap the screen here on TikTok, we can get more people involved. And if you have any questions for myself or my partner Nancy or her husband Mark, who just retired and decided to go on a live stream as a special surprise, let us know. Thank you, Pete, for saying hot mama. I'm assuming that you mean me and Nance. See, the people on TikTok can't see.
Yeah, I think I've lost the stream. It died here.
I still hear you.
Yeah. So if you have any questions, so we didn't answer a lot more. Mark answered about the 40-year-old that feels like his dating life's over. What can I do?
Right.
What would you recommend, Miss Karen?
Well, I want to know what happened at 40 that made his life over. I mean, what could have happened?
Yeah. I mean, I remember probably in my late 30s or early 40s reading one of those Chicken Soup for the Soul books. And it told a story about a man who at 50 thought his life was over and decided to retire and just kind of had the mindset. But then at 55, he was like, I'm still kind of going here. So he kind of decided, well, I'm still interested in this. And he earned another degree in something. And then he got excited about something else and he earned another degree, and he traveled and he used his degrees. And then he reached like 98 and he was interviewed saying, if I had given up at 50, I would have only had half of the life I've had.
Right.
And so that really impacted me to think, just because I'm a certain age doesn't mean that I don't have a whole hell of a lot of time left. And whatever time I do have left, because that's always an unknown, I don't want to waste it worrying about not having it.
Right. Makes a lot of sense. I love those Chicken Soup for the Soul books.
Those were good.
Whatever happened to
those? Some great stories.
Here, TikTokers, we're waning. I'm down to 2 people. If you're just joining us, hit the screen and send some.
Oh, you are so shadow banned over there.
No, it's just if you don't. I haven't been paying attention to the screen, so they're like, well, she's just talking to someone else. I'm going to go swipe left or swipe right or whatever you swipe. But
all right, so you got to go YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and just keep going back and forth.
Right. Okay. YouTube. Any questions? What color and design? Oh, we already did that one.
What was that?
He's still on my toes.
Oh,
we're still on the whole toe thing is just.
Well, let me ask you a question. Are you wearing panties?
No. I'm gonna guess that you aren't either.
Right. Are you? You want to see?
Are you commando there, Mark? Collected Reader has another question. We have a question from Collected Reader. One that's been on the minds of all people around the world. What are your thoughts on cuckolding?
To each their own.
Yes, to each their own. Do you like it? I say in Yiddish, gay gesund.
If that's what blows your skirt up, blow it up. Whatever.
You love
it. I think the adventure though is that you have to be prepared for. If you're moving into that direction, you have to be prepared for some things that don't work out as exactly how you thought they would. But unless you experiment with your sexuality, you won't know, how that's going to turn out. But it is an adventure, and you have to realize it's not a straight line. There's going to be some ups and downs, and that's just one of many different ways to spice up your life. You know? I like to create little adventures and stories for Nancy, and I'm working on my next one. So I've been teasing her about it. And this one will surprise her because I'm going to have to ask a few of the other people in our family to help me set it up.
Oh, so this could be like a
So
sex talk.
they won't have the full story, but they're going to have to set the stage for her, and they'll have a lot of fun doing that. So I like to create little adventures for Nance, and she's such a willing spirit to go in and see what happens. So far, I
you're
think I'm
acting like
at
a
1,000.
true.
So.
That's a true Leo right now.
He's being a Leo. Oh yeah,
Being a Leo.
He's definitely the director.
Well, I definitely I have fun. It can be anything from a massage to an acting out a little story, and
it's called a sex script. Actually, Ian Kerner wrote a book called "Tell Me About the Last Time You Had Sex," and he interviewed me and my son for the podcast. And the whole book is about what is your sex script? How does it change? Is it something you do routinely? Is it something that you make modifications? So I think that's what you're talking about.
Reader or that listener is asking is just one of many different ways to spice up your energy. There are some risks with it, and you just need to be well aware of where you're headed.
Yeah, I would when somebody says Alice Cognito says Dr. Mark is writing his own book. It's called Stuffed Crust Pizza for the Soul.
That's funny. That is funny. So we got collected readers that said,
but I think if
he has a question. Karen. Would you accept it if your partner wanted to try it?
Well, that's a conversation.
Yes.
I mean, I don't think anybody can.
Mark just goes yes.
Yes. Did you say yes?
No.
I thought she just said yes.
And yes to the conversation. I think.
I was like,
okay.
okay.
I think it's better if these things evolve within the partnership instead of one of the partners getting way further down the line and then deciding to try to bring the other partner along.
Yeah.
So now if they aren't able to work out the details, somebody's not disappointed.
Yeah.
Because there really shouldn't be, if you have sex energy, there should never be any disappointment. There's always an expression that you can find a mutual fun place to be. So, yeah.
I asked collected reader, is this something that you're asking about for yourself, or you're just curious about us? This guy Jesco asked, would you ever go dogging? I don't know what dogging is. Hi, Lone Wolf, how are you? And yes, it's cat piss and wine time.
Oh dear.
Same thing. Passenger on his wave says, mommy. Yes, baby. What's up? What is up with the TikTokers here? Anyway, TikTokers, if you're just joining us, press the screen and get some hearts so we can get more people in this room so we can all have a good conversation.
It must be interesting to see the different personalities based on social media preference.
I've got people here on YouTube that have been with me for 12, 13 years. And TikTokers are just joining us, recently, and some of them got to know me a little bit more. And then Nancy and I have been doing this Wild Wilderness Wine for how many years already?
4 or 5, I think.
I think this is 4.
Wow, on Instagram. But yeah, what is your opinion on premarital sex? Planet Moolah, I say go for it.
Yeah. Try it before you buy it.
I 100% approve as your mother that you should try premarital sex before you marry someone. And make it more than one time. Collected reader asks, I'm curious about it in your perspective. Like if your partner would ask you about it, how would you react as a woman? Really, collected reader, I don't even know where to begin because you don't really know my relationship with my significant other. So I don't know why that's of interest to you, but use your imagination. How's that?
Yeah.
We that might fit in your bubble.
The Oasis?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I teach people how to have those conversations, how to have those difficult, a little scary, perhaps risky conversations, how to set the tone with their partner so that they can have that open space and lots of different ways to bring up those subjects that are a little scary.
I think he was trying to hear about my specific life.
Well, that's none of his business.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Mind your own beeswax. Would you get with a way younger man, passenger on his wave? Would I get with a way younger man? Like, how old is a way younger man are you referring to? I'm probably.
Does he drive?
They're not legal. Well, most guys are getting their license at 18 now anyway. So.
Right.
I got my license at 16, and I think I should revoke it.
So we have a question here. What is our opinion on swinging in the lifestyle open marriage as top wife? I think for people that want to step into that arena, find a counselor like somebody that is comfortable with that topic, that doesn't have judgment about it, that can help you navigate the opening of that door. I think sometimes people that don't have a really solid relationship yet tend to jump through that door prematurely and then end up having to backpedal to soothe the wounds that might have been created. So I think it's an option. I don't think monogamy it has to be the absolute default. I talk to people about the conscious consensual monogamy versus consensual non-monogamy, because they both need to be consented to.
Yeah.
So you need to make sure you're both on the same page.
Like, are you married? Well, my wife thinks I am.
Yeah, right. I'm in an open relationship, but my wife doesn't know.
She doesn't know about that. Mr. It's great to see you here too. Yeah, we've got quite a few people here on TikTok. If you got any questions, his question is a 21 to 26-year-old man. I mean, I can't really say what my age range is or what it's been, because when I was 26, you were probably 16.
Well, I think that I tease about the cougar word because I know Nancy doesn't like the cougar word.
We're learning about it.
But the concept there is that the younger men have a distinct advantage because you just have to have enough energy to ask. And if nothing else, it will be flattering to an older woman to be asked by a younger man, showing some interest in them. If they're not interested, then they have to be prepared to hear no.
Right.
But you won't get a big backlash unless it's very inappropriate. I mean, if their partner's standing right there and you know that they're monogamous and it's never going to happen. But other than that, I think there's this underlying current of all of us getting older and feeling a little less vital and effective. And of course, that's not true. But I think older women would initially be quite flattered to have someone approach and ask. So you don't have to worry about that as long as you ask gently and respectfully.
Don't be creepy.
And if there's a no, then accept the no. And then if you have an opportunity to interact with this person again down the road, don't keep bugging them, but they will know if they change their mind, then it's their turn to approach you back. So, I think that you have to get to the ask.
Yeah.
You have to get to the.
You got to have that confidence.
Asking.
Confidence is king. King confidence. Is this like a Zoom meeting? LOL. No, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not able to have you guys see the other couple that I'm talking to. But it's the best I can do right now. I got 3 screens going. Planet Mula's asked, should polygamy be legalized?
Yeah.
Why not? I don't think the government should get involved in any relationship.
I've teased Mark before. It's like, so do you want 2 wives or, should I have 2 husbands? How would that go? And he's like, oh my God, no.
I don't think I can handle 2 men either. That's a lot. I got enough with the one.
Well, I don't know. As I'm getting older, having somebody else do all the honeydews doesn't sound like a bad idea. Fix the roof, fix the car.
He wants a husband.
Yeah. I think the question was directed to Nancy, Mark.
What's that?
I said the question is directed to you, not him.
Well, I've said before, and many times in my life, I need a wife. If being a wife means, the more domestic stuff, because
That's a lot of work.
Yes, it's a lot of work.
2 wives and 2 husbands. No, thank you. So we have a little lull here. Thank you for joining us on TikTok. And while we're in our little lull, we're almost 15 minutes away from ending. If you guys want to find Nancy, where could they find you, Nance?
Probably on my website, drnsp.com. And I've been writing up a storm, so
she's writing up a storm.
Is there any more wine in that bottle?
I'm right now for it.
Oh, okay. Alias Incognito asked, why hasn't Mark been on here before?
What's that?
The weekend has begun.
So he just comes in here, blew a ton of weed at me and said the weekend has begun. You want to come in here for the last 15 minutes? Bring a chair. Bring a chair.
So I've been writing up a storm, and it's very
22 minutes.
I wrote what I'm very proud of is an entire, really almost a half a book on transgender and some of the struggles of the transgender community, some of the laws that are trying to be shoved through, the impact it's having on the transgender people, the individuals. And I have a colleague that is transgender, and I asked him to read it first before I put it out there and give me honest, and he and I have a very good relationship in terms of, he knows he can be straight with me. I don't judge. And so he read it, and he had some great feedback on it and offered me some insight and some links to services and communities, data. So I think it's a very important piece. I'm very proud of it. It's pissing some people off, so I know I'm hitting right, because people really want to believe that transgender doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And when you hear story after story after story, and you talk to families where parents are saying, my 5-year-old came to me when they were 5 and they said, Mom, you keep calling me a boy, but I really am a girl.
Right.
And the parents are like, what do I do with that? And it's like, children, when they're 3 to 5, know who they're attracted to too. They know if they're gay or straight or fluid.
Right.
So anyway, so I'm doing more writing. And I got Mark adding some of his writing to it. So we're going to get more time to do that. So I'm very excited about that.
I want to hear what Mark's writing entails when he starts describing all the honeydews that he would like to have done.
What? I think you should write an article from a man's point of view.
You should just quit breaking shit.
He should write, what would I do with a husband?
I don't know. What would you do?
She gave me a shirt. I'm not sure what the subliminal meaning of it was, but it says,
You're not wearing it today.
It says, I just retired. I fixed stuff and I know shit.
Oh,
that was my retirement present.
That was it. You didn't get the gold watch.
Wait a minute. What?
I want to know why he didn't get a gold watch. Isn't that what you're supposed to get when you retire?
Oh, he got a new iWatch.
Yeah,
there you go.
Apple Watch.
Yeah.
Wait,
They went traditional.
Yes,
gave me a watch. Said goodbye. But I'm actually feeling I'm going to get a little bit more politically active. I set up an Instagram account, and I'm also going to start writing some more of my fantasy writing. So you can check with Nancy if you want to.
So he's going to be working both sides of the brain.
If you can check with Nancy and get the info on that too, if you're interested in just getting started, but it's going to be kind of fun.
I love the way you're not doing anything. Question here.
I don't think not doing anything is an option for Mark.
I don't think so either.
I think it would be good.
Yeah,
for a TV crew, if they could do this, if they could actually go in and show the world what real medical practice is like instead of TV medical practice.
I would love that.
So that
that's a reality
show. So
show.
that you see that there's no office to work in. There's no place where you sit down and the fancy desk and you talk to somebody about their medical problem. You've got a computer, a screen with things all strewn over, and you're trying to get through your day. And it's chase the clock, and you see one patient after another. And at the end of the day, you can't remember the names of the people you saw at the beginning of the day.
I remember this guy. Yeah, I would definitely be interested in that. The real truth about what goes on in internal medicine. I would love that.
I think it would be rich.
I think it would be very good for people to know that that practicing medicine, it's a profession. I have loved it and I still love it, but it's physically difficult and mentally fatiguing. You only have so many decisions you can make in a day.
All right, Steve, he's talking.
I
Planet,
heard the decisions.
not to change the subject, but we had some more questions. Planet Mula said, "Is watching porn every day an unhealthy addiction?"
Absolutely not. Why would you even come up with such a absurd idea?
So you're saying,
what's porn?
There you go.
Every day, normal.
I think if you're doing something every day and it's displacing other things that you need to be doing, it's not healthy.
So,
you need to be.
Well, who says you got to watch porn in the middle of the day? She wasn't specific, so there's always time in the day from beginning to end.
Yeah, Planet Mula.
Somewhere to get it in there, I think. Even if it's,
you guys are losing control now.
I know. No, we're not.
Even if it's right before you go into bed, which is what I would recommend, the best time to watch it. It's not affecting.
Okay.
All right. So, Indy Graham says Nancy's new hair looks awesome.
My new hair? Thank you. I just got it.
She just bought it at the store and it's looking awesome. All
I
right,
had to
you
buy
guys.
her some hair bands.
Yeah.
We have about a few more minutes left. If you guys want to ask us some questions, we got 2 men and 2 women here ready and able to answer. And A-list incognito, and I'm a pornosexual.
Pornosexual?
I know a lot because I'm married to a sex doctor.
Yeah.
So A-list Cognito wants to know why you haven't been on before. He has. It's just been a while.
It's been a while, but both these guys have been on.
I don't think I've ever been on before.
You've never been on before? I think you've been on once or twice.
Maybe they said hi, but
You just said hi. So if you have any questions for the guys, just lay it out.
it could be anything.
You all should be asking, what's it like to be with women like us?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just as good as it is. Just as good as it is with women like you being with men like us.
But they don't know you. They know they only know us. So
Right. They
it
won't.
doesn't
They
work that
won't.
way.
They won't dare.
Well, let's just say it's easy to instigate.
There's a question here from Jessica. What's your opinion on a Turkish pile driver? I'm assuming that is a position that you probably know.
Wait, what? I didn't hear the question.
What is your position on your opinion on a Turkish pile driver?
Just go.
Jessica, what the hell's going on there,
Not even
Jessica?
sure what that is.
Does anyone know what that is? It's probably
ChatGPT.
yes,
What's a
ChatGPT.
Turkish file?
Yeah, exactly. That sounds like a question for GPT or whatever the hell that thing is.
And then
Sounds
Planet
like you're
Moolah
putting
has
in bridges and
Yeah.
Hey, Quinizo Shezi, I hope I didn't butcher that name, but he says, my name is Kwame from South Africa. How can I get an older woman? That's the easiest question. You go up to one and say hi.
there you go.
There you
We
go.
already discussed this.
yeah.
Is that how you got one?
Me? I go up and say hi to everybody. It
Yeah.
could have been a kitten or a cougar.
Planet Moolah would like to know, why is sodomy illegal?
Where I guess it's illegal in some places. So
Planet Moolah also is asking, as you get to older ages, do you notice your sex drive lessening?
no.
Feel sorry for that person.
Well, it has to do with
Planet Moolah, how old are you?
testosterone.
Yeah.
That's a question.
I mean, there are changes that occur, and it just means that the person you're with just has to understand the differences, and it certainly doesn't mean that it's a decline. It's just different.
Yeah, I think, but I think relational sexual time
Right.
changes. It becomes richer. It becomes maybe more creative. You have to, if you do have that sex routine like you were talking about,
Sex
and you
script.
never deviate from it, chances are you'll bore each other to death.
Yeah, and it also
Yeah,
like we have a couple that just got together for the first time, and how long they've only been together for like 4 months or something, and they're like nonstop, just nonstop. But if you're going with a long-term relationship for years and years and years, you're not going to get that crazy nonstop unless you're American.
I want to go back a second. Planet Moolah asked a question earlier. What's your opinion on premarital sex? I don't know. Do you drive your cars, test drive your cars before you buy them, or do you just take them off the lot and hope for the best?
Great.
We already
Great,
answered that question.
analogy, yeah.
We were all on the same page as that.
Yeah, no, you got to test drive.
So A-list
Unless you give it a
Cocktail
30-day
says,
money
"What's
back
it like
guarantee,
having
then
a
maybe
partner that's so irresistibly attractive?" You can answer first, Nancy. It's amazing.
What's the question?
What? Wait, what's the question again? Then we
He
missed
said,
it.
"What's it like having a partner that is so irresistibly attractive?" And he said, "You can answer first, Nancy." And I said, "It's amazing."
Yeah, my partner's pretty attractive too.
Mm.
I think I'll keep him.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, you
Giles,
keep her.
we brought on
Thank
our
you,
love interests. We brought them on. And Mr. says,
Well, I hope
agree
you've
with you,
enjoyed us
Dad,
for sharing our better halves with you.
Yes. A question here, or an answer from Mr. who agrees with your guys' opinion about porn. He agrees with you, I guess.
I don't fuck around. I just tell it as it is.
What other questions you guys have? Because we're running out of time here. We're going to get shut off in a few minutes.
Ask some good
What's
questions.
your feeling about porn?
Well, I mean, I think you can certainly use it to get yourself energized. I think if it's I think of it more as a way to energize for the couple. But I do worry a little bit about the porn situation. So
yeah,
Especially
I think
with young impressionable boys.
right.
I'm gonna get that going.
Okay.
Remember,
I
porn
think it
is entertainment.
Porn is whatever you want it to be.
Porn is entertainment, not education.
It could be educational
Right.
and
So-
entertaining.
I think it's better for a more mature audience.
Porn?
Porn, right? Rather than for teens that haven't been sexual yet.
Oh, I'm
I
not
think
touching that.
it-
I only
it
deal with
tends-
18
it
and
tends to
older.
give them
Yeah.
I only deal with 18 and
ideas
older.
that.
Anyway,
So I just came on. So
Nancy.
Gil's Mackey, Dr. Nancy, is he your husband or boyfriend? He's actually my husband. We're having our 30th wedding anniversary coming up in November.
All right. Well, Mark left, so Steve left. That's it. It's just the two of us
You're-
again.
You're cutting in and out. I can
Oh,
hardly hear you.
it's just the two of us.
Yep, it's back to us.
Are you? Oh, okay. We already talked about this. Anyway, all right, you guys. It's been real. It's been fun. We love you. If you want to find us, we have our basically go to drnsp.com or KarenLeePotter.com, or I'm on all social media, and I have a podcast with my son called Sex Talk with My Mom, not with sex with my mom.
And it doesn't mean sex with my mom.
Exactly.
It's sex talk with my mom. Go watch, listen, watch an episode. You will absolutely love it. It's hilarious, and it's entertaining, and it's also informative. So
There you go.
it's like a win-win. Hey, Brian. Hi,
Yeah.
Mackie.
Yeah, Mackie, that's your name now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
You did it just to confuse us.
So you put it backwards in there, huh?
Anyway, all right. Well, I hope you have I hope you guys were entertained tonight and educated a little. And we love you, and thank you for joining us on all these platforms. If you haven't already followed us, we're all about Wild Women with Wine on Instagram, so follow us there. And that's about it. Anything else?
Now, where are you next week? Are you somewhere?
I'm with you.
Okay.
I think we're supposed to go live, right?
Well, next week we could be live
In
sitting next to
person.
each other.
Yeah. So write it down in your calendars, guys. We may be together in person. Thank you, Mrs. L. Sorry we missed all of your lovely conversation tonight. Next time, though, definitely Thursday next week, we're going to be together.
Yeah. So should I bring my my sex geek tank top?
Yes.
Okay.
Your sex tank top? Well, of course you should.
So what would you two have done if you met when you were teenagers? Oh my God.
We would have been getting in a lot of trouble. Because we
that's
are in our...
That's another fun show to have some conversation about.
One of the best questions we've ever had. We should write that down for next week.
What's that?
We got to write that question down for next week.
Yeah. And yeah, we're always barefoot, Brian, on this. You know that, right?
And you know that we wear very few undergarments.
With our freshly painted toes.
Anyway, all right, you guys. Thanks for joining us. It is 6:01, and hope to see you next week. And don't forget to follow us. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Thanks for your time and attention, Karen. Love you. Thanks.
Love you too.
Thanks to our guys for showing up tonight. That was fun.
Thank you
a little
to
different
guys.
male energy.
Yeah. Got that testosterone going.
Yeah. Yeah, mine's going. You should see what he was wearing beneath the t-shirt.
Oh man. Okay. Well, I'll just think about that for the rest of the evening.
Yeah, let that go.
Oh, hostile
All right, so
midtown.
go watch Sex Talk with My Mom, everybody. You'll learn something, and you'll be totally enthralled with these two. They're amazing.
It's on YouTube. It's on anywhere you listen to podcasts. But the clips are on TikTok and Instagram and anywhere you can find any kind of social media. All right, Nance. Yeah. Love you.
All right. Love you, Budge.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Oh my God, I forgot you guys were on here. Sorry.